Hey y'all, Blade Angel here, and today's video is going to be a simple video about really dumb things I hear non-car people say. Get some popcorn, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show because this is going to be a long one. So one thing that really bothers me is when non-car people think that newer cars are just faster no matter what. A newer grocery getter was going to be faster than an older one, like relatively speaking, you know what I mean? Like a newer sports car will be faster than an old sports car. It doesn't work when you go across classes. Like a new grocery getter can still be significantly slower than an old sports car because sports cars are just designed for speed. And the reason I say this is I one time met some guy in a 2017 Kia Forte who lost to me at a race, quote unquote, and I say quote unquote because I didn't even know he was racing me. Because I'm in a freaking Mustang GT, it's gonna wipe the fucking floor with his Kia Forte. Like that has nothing to do with me trying to race him. And then he was disappointed that he lost apparently, and he's like, dang, what year is your Mustang? And at first I was like, oh, he's just asking for the year, he's trying to be nice, that's cool. So I told him it was a 2016, and then he's like, oh, that's why I lost. He's like, I have a 2017 Kia Forte, and wow, the 2016 Mustangs must still be pretty fast, because I guess in his mind he thought that because my Mustang was also new, the relatively same year as his Forte, he thought that was why he lost. Actually, that's not what he thought, that's literally what he was saying, because it just really blew my mind. That's what went through his head. Like, boy, really? It doesn't matter. Like, I could have a 2004 Mustang and I still would have won. I could have a 1965 Mustang and I still probably would have won. It's a Kia freaking Forte. It doesn't matter that it's 2017 and mine's 2016 or whatever year it is. And I kind of want to go with the psychology of it. So the reason I kind of discussed this with one of my friends, my brother, they psychologically justify that they tell themselves it's better than it actually is because they want to justify their purchase, because buying a new car is really expensive. Like if you drop 24, 27 grand on a brand new Honda Accord, that's like basically a Corvette C6. Like that's almost a Corvette C6 Z06, and that's a way faster car, way faster than that 2018 Honda Accord. But they want to justify themselves that like that Honda Accord might still be just as fast because it's brand new and it costs the same price. It's like, that's not how it works. The difference between a cheetah and a pack mule. A pack mule is going to lose to a race in a cheetah because a pack mule is designed to carry stuff for the same reason a grocery getter car is designed to carry stuff, not be the fastest car on the planet. Whereas like a cheetah is designed to run really fast for the same reason sports cars are designed to go fast. They're not really designed for practicality. Again, I don't know why. I think it's just because people are trying to justify their brand new purchase, and that's why they're convincing themselves the car is faster than it really is. Another funny thing is non-car people like to make memes about cars. Yeah, I know, surprising. Non-car people make car memes. But usually us car guys don't relate because their memes are really normie things to relate to. And a really funny one that I saw circulating about was one called "Moving to the Side When Behind a Slow Driver." And this meme is highlighting the awkwardness of being behind a slow driver, because whenever they have a slow driver in front of them, the person behind them will honk at them because they think they're the one driving slow. But in reality, it's the person in front of them. So non-car people will move to the side, hence the whole meme. They move to the side to reveal that someone is actually in front of them and that person is the one driving slow. The reason I guess most car people can't relate to this is our cars are a lot shorter than what most people drive on the road, especially in the United States. In the United States, everyone seems to have a truck and SUV nowadays. So whenever you're in any sports car, you are much shorter than them. So if there's a slow truck or SUV in front of me, I don't have to do the whole move to the side shenanigan. The person behind me won't honk at me because they know it's not my fault. They just look over my car. They're like, oh, it's the freaking SUV in front of the Mustang's driving slow. It's not the Mustang's fault. And even then, if you have a sports car like a Corvette or any low-slung car, people psychologically are smart enough where they're like, if they see a Corvette driving like 15 under, they tell themselves like that's pretty unusual. It's probably not the Corvette's fault. So they know that there's a slower car in front of you. I could be wrong. There could be like some, I don't know, midlife crisis dude driving. Like, generally speaking, they're smart enough to understand that if a sports car is driving slow, it's because it's actually the person in front of them going slow. Another thing that bothers me about non-car people is whenever they get cars horribly wrong. And I know some people get bothered whenever non-car people call all Bugattis, like they'll call Chiron and Veyron. They think the name Bugatti is like, they think it's the name of the car, not the company. And that happens with Lamborghinis too. They just call all Lambos Lambos. They don't actually know any specific Lambos, like the Venador, the Huracan, the Gallardo, and so on and so forth. They don't know that. But that's okay, you know, at least they're still getting the company name right. But sometimes they're just way off. Cars that they think they know, but like I said, they don't really know. This happens with the Acura NSX. I've seen people call them all kinds of things. Ferraris, McLarens. I don't even want to go on because it's really freakishly stupid how they could get things wrong. You would think they would just Google it, or like, in my opinion, it's if you don't know something, ask people about it, because no one's embarrassed if you ask. But it is very embarrassing to just say something outright and you think it's right because it's not right. And also, every single car to non-car people, I know I've mentioned this in one of my earlier videos, but I'm going to mention it again, is just because it still baffles me how many of them say it. They think, whenever they want to compliment a car, they always call a car, wow, it looks like the Batmobile. Oh my god, that. They like, I remember some kid I knew thought the Lamborghini Aventador Super Veloce looks like a Batmobile. In my opinion, no hypercar or supercar comes anywhere close to looking like the Batmobile. The Batmobile is designed to have more of a tank appearance. It's very durable, not necessarily fast, low-slung, and sleek. Yes, I know the older Batmobiles do have more of a sporty, sleek look to them. Still nowhere near, like, seeing, like, I know people call the Fenrir Super Sport, Apollo IE, any Lamborghini, people always call them Batmobiles, because even though those cars I just showed you, I'll put pictures up on the screen, they look nothing like the Batmobile, as you guys can probably compare in your minds right now. Check engine lights. Whenever it comes to check engine lights, a lot of non-car people, they always freak out and they get so worried sick. And I always find it's funny because meanwhile, as car enthusiasts, we live day by day seeing our check engine light. And it depends. If you have a tune for your car or a tuner that you can use, you can easily get rid of your check engine light just like that. Even if you don't, your check engine light can sometimes show and nothing will actually be wrong with your car. Like, your car is not in some dire state or it's going to break down immediately. It's just because that's just what happens as car enthusiasts in our modified cars. Our check engine light, it's just on, and there's really nothing that we just get used to it at that point. So it's really funny seeing some non-car people really get worried sick and flip so much crap whenever they see their check engine light. They think the world is ending and they're going to be in thousands of dollars of debt and repairs. And most of the times, if you're a non-car person watching this video, I actually want to give some help in this video too, I guess. If you don't know what to do when you see a check engine light, there are many places that you can go to that can check it or diagnose it for you. It'll tell you what the DTC code is for it, or something that a device. I'm pretty sure you can buy OBD2 devices off Amazon. You can just buy one for yourself and you can just diagnose your car yourself. And speaking of making fun of, they do make fun of us a lot. And I know I talk about this a lot too, but it still makes me mad to this day because we still get so much crap about how much we spend on our cars. And oh my god, like, I know I made fun of like people buying expensive shoes or clothes, but the more I thought of it, some people are passionate about fashion, and if you're passionate about something, that's okay. Like, if you really love technology and you know you'll be satisfied with buying a brand new phone each year because you actually think it's worth it, go ahead and do that. But a lot of people I know do not buy things out of passion. They buy it out of trends. They buy expensive clothes because they just want to keep up with trend. They buy new phones because they don't want to be made fun of for being left behind, which is really stupid, by the way, because I did the math to one of my non-car friends who actually tried to insult me for owning a Mustang at my age. He's like, dude, you're 22, that's so irresponsible, why the hell do you own a car that's so expensive? I was like, buddy, my car really isn't that expensive for my age. I've seen people who've graduated trade school, because people who graduate from trade school get into the workforce 2 years earlier than college graduates, and they actually make a decent salary. So by the way, if you think college is a total scam and you don't want to waste your life in it, go to trade school instead. You can still go to college but get an actual useful degree if you decide to go to college, please. That's my little other tip. You know what, this is also an advice video, I guess, but people from trade school, because they get in the workforce 2 years earlier, some of them I meet at car shows, they have cooler cars than I do. Like, I've seen people who own pretty sick cars like Nissan GTRs, Corvettes, and they're my age. So I'm not even that hard balling, but for whatever reason, one of my friends decided to call me out on it. He's like, dude, you're so fucking spoiled. And I was like, buddy, do you see my phone? I use freaking Nokias. Yes, 2018 now. Yeah, I still use Nokias, and I'm on my third phone now, but each one of my phones have lasted me 3.5 years. So within 7 years, I've only fully used 2 phones and just now bought a third one as this video is going up, actually. And it's still a Nokia. That's the funny part. I still bought a Nokia because I don't care about the whole eye thing. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing if you do, but that goes to show where my priorities are. I spend less money on stuff like phones. I also don't have any console, by the way. I just use a PC for everything because I do enjoy games, but it costs money to buy consoles. And I immediately started drilling back at my friend. I was like, boy, you spend like $700 on the newest flagship phone every single year. You probably spend several thousand each year buying your clothes. You probably spend another several thousand buying new video games, buying new consoles, all this stuff. And his computer, he also has a PC too, as well as both a PS4 and Xbox, which is insane. And he upgrades his PC like every single year, it seems like, getting the best processor. Buy within your means. I talk about that a lot on my channel because that's really how you lose your money. Like, it's easier than you think to get rich, but it's a lot harder than you think to stay rich. A lot of people who get money lose money so quickly, and they don't even realize that they're losing that money. Because he's out here calling me the spoiled one, but when I immediately point out all the things that he spent his money on, he really, like, I made him sit the fuck down because holy shit, like, when you really think about it, thousands of dollars fly out of their wallets on all those things. Like, phones are expensive, especially for teenagers and college students. I know a lot of college students who always talk about like being so poor that they eat ramen all the time, but then whenever I see their phone, they always have like the latest and greatest phone every single year. And it's not a joke. Like, that's what phones are getting really expensive nowadays. They're like almost $800 to $1,000 for the flagship ones, aren't they? That's a heck of a lot of money. Like, if you don't spend that, like I said, in 7 years, I went through 2 crappy Nokias. That puts me at a several $1,000 advantage compared to those people who are spending hundreds of dollars each year on a brand new phone that they really don't actually need. And then they easily could have used all the thousands they would have saved after like 7 years when they got to the same age I am on a car. Easily, they could have used that to put towards getting a car. So to any non-car people who always think people with really expensive cars are compensating or they're spoiled or whatnot, if we're really passionate about cars and we really love cars, chances are we've toned down and sacrificed a lot of the things in our other aspects of our lives. Like, I don't keep up with good phones. I dress really blandly. Admittedly, I don't wear the most trendy clothes. I wear single color t-shirts most of the time. Any of you guys who met me who live in Indiana and go to Cars and Coffee, you know I dress bland as fuck. And on top of that, you know, we live by our means. Like, we only buy as much as we need. Like, back to the whole PC thing. Like, I actually am a content creator, and I still have an i7-6700 in my computer because I'm okay with it. Whereas my friend, he would always have the latest and greatest processor, and he doesn't need it. Because if you play games, sorry that I'm dorking out about computers. I do love computers, by the way. That was my major in college, was computer graphics technology. But he really does not need, like, you really don't need anything more than an i5 if you plan to play video games and only video games. If you plan to record or be part of the creator scene, like you actually want to create content, then definitely get an i7. However, he just would blow his money on things he really didn't need, and that's really the lesson here: is don't buy stupid shit. Like, don't be stupid, as Philip DeFranco has said, because your money will fly out the door if you buy stuff you don't even need. And a lot of non-car people don't even realize it. They probably spend more than us, actually, and they don't even realize it. And final note of this video is just not knowing street race etiquette. And it's street racing, quote unquote, because it's never actually a real street race. But another thing that bothers me about non-car people is whenever you're at a stoplight and you're not even lined up with them. So let's say the person will be, this happens to my brother sometimes, and he actually told me a lot of stories because it pisses the hell out of him. So there'll be like some riced out Cavalier, and my brother will be diagonally behind it. So what I mean by that is there's someone in front of my brother. So they're at a stoplight, and my brother is actually behind some, let's just say, slow ass SUV. And the stoplight will turn green, and the dude in the Cavalier is gonna launch. And my brother can't launch because, no duh, there's a person in front of him, and there's also a person adjacent to him too, so he can't change lanes and catch up either. So what's my brother gonna do? What do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna be a responsible human being and drive safely. Just drive at a normal speed, because he can't accelerate because he'll rear end the SUV in front of him. That's freaking stupid. But then when he comes to the next stoplight, let's say the SUV takes a right. So now my brother lines up perfectly with the Cavalier guy. However, the Cavalier guy is already bragging and talking shit. And like, my brother he always gets so mad when this happens, because the person would be like, wow, your Camaro's so slow, I walked the fuck all over you, I beat you in a race. It's like, boy, do you not know proper racing etiquette? He was not even lined up to you, nor did he have any chance to beat you fairly because there was someone else in front of him. Like, every car person, it's like instilled in us to know proper like the weird underground code, kind of. We just have it within us to know the good etiquette, how to treat one another with respect, how to really make things fair. That way when we school each other, we know it was on equal terms. But even when we beat each other, we're still very respectful about it. Whereas like non-car people love to trash talk, especially when they don't deserve it. Because like I said, there's no way my brother could have competed. It wasn't a fact that his car is too slow to compete. It's that he just literally didn't want to rear end someone. And my brother would always point that out to him. He's like, dude, I had an SUV in front of me. I couldn't race you. And they're like, oh, excuses. And of course, you guys probably heard this story as old as time. At this stoplight, now that my brother's lined up to him, you know the Cavalier guy's gonna try again. And they floor their sad ass car, and my brother flies, like he's gone. And then they get salty. Now they're like, wow, like I wasn't even trying that time. Shut the fuck up. Now that it was on fair terms and you got walked the fuck all over on, and now you know how shitty you actually are. Like, the problem with the Cavalier owner is he's not accepting the fact that he's worse. He's only trying to beat people on unfair terms. Like, let's say someone in Call of Duty is sick of getting quickscope, so he starts hacking. He can't get better at the game, so he just starts fucking hacking and beating everyone on unequal terms. That's what I'm saying is sad. It's always sad whenever I see someone try to beat other people on unequal terms, because you never get better. That's just not the way to go. Having said that, that's gonna be it for this video, for just story time or whatever. If you guys like these type of videos, let me know. I might do them once a month. I know I did one a long time ago, I think in February, with the whole 5 car guy phases, and it was like 20 minutes, and you guys really liked that, so I decided to do it again for this month. I really should be YouTubing more. I'm gonna apologize for my horrible upload frequency. I'm not very good at having a great schedule, but I have a model where if I don't feel like making a video, especially since I've just been feeling down lately. Recently though, I'm getting better, so expect more frequent uploads now. We'll see how far this goes. Other than that, thanks for watching. As always, see y'all next time. Blade Angel out.